So how would I find out the specifics of the regulation for the specific country that I want to send something to or get something from? Would I be able to call up DHL, for instance? Where would I find this information?
Absolutely. I mean, what's key is, what we do is we have an outstanding customer service group that are available during business hours primarily. Internationally, obviously, through the time zones, we're also available. And they have information per country about what can ship and what can't ship. That's not all just about security here. Certain countries have goods that are restricted or prohibited based on their local laws or their culture or various other things. It could be anything from media to alcohol to other goods that would normally be restricted. So, as a partner like DHL, we offer services to customers to work with them. We can give them advice. We can offer them help and assistance in what can and can't move, and more importantly, if it can move, under what condition does it move, and simply what information they need to declare to us. And companies like ourselves, it's really about us supporting the customer to make it easy for them to move goods around the world. And this is really, also customers that are new to the international trade, like SMEs, for example, small, medium enterprises that are trying to break out of their domestic market, using the global network, using the global web to sell their goods. That may not be a primary concern as to how to move the goods, and that's where we can certainly help out to offer them good advice and support them in all their transport needs.
Now, we know that the National Development Plan and even our finance minister is very passionate about getting small to medium enterprises in South Africa flourishing, and especially trade with African countries is something that's also being encouraged. So those small to medium enterprise owners shouldn't see a list of red countries and panic. It's not, what you're saying to me is, it's not that you need to now avoid the country and get your stuff out of there. That's not the concern.
No, that's not the concern. And we mustn't overemphasize these particular countries. It's just a matter of what procedures we need to apply, and other transport companies as well. And in fact, I would encourage people to send more. And hopefully over time, then the world as a whole will become more confident that people are more aware of what can move and how it moves, and that can only be a good thing. And we also, we're pretty passionate about SMEs as well. I mean, in terms of we're putting ourselves out there to help them understand what it means to move goods internationally. And to that extent, we're actually working with SMEs in terms of training and how to actually sort of move goods internationally. So.
Let's talk about moving goods in Africa. You, of course, work in sub-Saharan Africa. It's a very exciting place to be at the moment, and we're certainly seeing lots of very enterprising internet startups and lots of businesses coming out of the region. Are you optimistic? Are you enjoying your work in the region?
Yeah, I certainly enjoy my work in the region, and the region provides us with lots of challenges every day, both from the growth potential, but also from the daily challenges of simply moving things around. I mean, one of the big talking points I think in Africa is investment relative to infrastructure, investment relative to whether it be road or whether it be airports or whether it be freight handling. It's a big challenge, and it's getting better, definitely. And you see great investments around Africa, and just recently I was in Lagos and went through their new airport wing that they've just finished building, and it's a great improvement, really great improvement. So more of that. In terms of exciting and being part of it, I mean, it's I've been in Africa now for just over 3 years, and in 3 years, I've seen changes already in a lot of the key markets in terms of both ups and downs. I mean, we got Africa's got its challenges. For example, in East Africa at the moment, there's a lot of problems, and it has a direct effect on how goods ship. On the other side, in West Africa, we're coming out of various challenges in West Africa, and we're seeing good growth in places like Nigeria. So, it's exciting, it's challenging. I'm sure there'll be a few ups and downs on the way, but I think the only way is up, definitely.
So just to reiterate what you said earlier, if somebody's watching this video and is a small business owner who wants to move goods but isn't quite sure of the regulations, they can contact your organization for the assistance they need.
Absolutely, and it's depending on how specialized their needs may be. If that person doesn't have the right answer, then clearly we need to find the right people to work with them directly. and really help them to move their goods, because it's one of our big passions is to help trade, facilitate trade to grow, and part of it is simply just doing it and having the product, having the initiative, and having the desire to get their products out globally. And we're certainly be happy to help them do that, both on the ground in their country, but also through our various call centres that they can get smaller assistance, no problem.
Oliver, thank you so much for joining us today.
Teresa, thank you very much indeed.